Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up, as always. But first, we always want to take a look at our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard, and hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. How about a high of 71, getting in that 70s, and low of 49. Some great springtime weather. But take a look at this, our all-cold water temperature, taking that end of the pier, folks, it's down to 61 degrees. Now, what's remarkable about this, 1 week ago, from a week ago today, I looked it up. It was 68 degrees. Remember I was talking about how it was shot up like that? Now, boom, it right back down. And that's one of those currents that came through and just sort of warmed things up and then moved on out. And then the weather, so it dropped literally right at 7 degrees, right at 7 degrees in 1 week, from 68 down to 61. That's interesting to study that. Let's move on with our high tide. Our high temperature today, like I say, is 71, but it's going to stay in the 70s all throughout the week, so that's really good. River readings brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola. The big river, I got to spend some good quality time just looking at it on Saturday at the River Fest. It's at Bluntstown 10.2, dropping on out. The Choctaw at Carabelle is at 7.6. We got a little bit of drop to it, so hopefully by the weekend there's going to be some good river fishing, and I got some great pictures of some big catfish that were brought out of the river this past Saturday. We'll talk about that later. Move on to our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. February 25th, good strong tides, low at 5:49, and a high this afternoon at 8:04. Marine forecast, north-northwest at 5 to 10. Take a break, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. You know, I mentioned Friday about the bass tournaments coming on with the Mosley High School bass fishing team. I was wanting to follow them, and they had a little Sunday afternoon tournament. You just don't see those things anymore. The Sunday afternoons here in Florida Panhandle have always been special because normally I just have such fond memories as a kid. You know, get up, going to church, and having Sunday dinner and having family and all. But then that Sunday afternoon, in the young days, I was sort of free to just go out there and play. I just go out there and get on a bicycle when I was a kid and just ride all over the place. And then as I got older, headed back to the woods, and then got my driver's license, I'd drive to the woods. So Sunday afternoon has always been special to me. And to see them come in with a fishing tournament, just doing it for like 4 hours, what a great way to keep the kids' attention, and also for the Mosley High School bass team and Travis Page and Christy and all of y'all that helped put this on. All those volunteers, I know a bunch of them, I know I'll leave some out, I won't talk about all of them. They put a little 4-hour tournament together from 2 to 6. So here's the results from it. All right, here we go. MHS bass fishing, first place, Mason Daniels and Peyton Williams. Look at that big old smile. And this is a little 4-hour trip now. This is nothing, oh, I'm sorry, let me get back to my picture, Jeff. How in the world I lose those? The technology. All right, okay, second place. And the captain, let me go back to the captain on that first place team. The captain was Chris Daniels, okay? Now go back to the second place team, Jackson Newton and Malachi Newton, okay? And the captain, Randy Sonoda. Thank you, captains, for helping volunteer and helping these boys get out there and get some fish. Third place, Tanner Page and Carl Tillman, John Carl. Okay, Captain Travis Page. We had some good captains there. Oh, John Carl and Tanner. And here's a group of them right here. It was cold. Remember Sunday afternoon, it was raining, and it was just rainy and cold, but these boys stuck with it. So the big fish was Mason Daniels, 3.8 pounds. And a good backdrop and all of that. So wouldn't it be great if every high school here in the Florida Panhandle would do something like this? Everybody can go out fish on Sunday afternoon. Just have a Sunday afternoon tournament. You get some volunteers to help you. The smallest, I like this. We recognize the smallest fish. How about Riley Lewis and Nolan Clancy with a .88? All right, that was going to grow. And the trash fish Gage Fowler, little pickerel there. Scooter Nelson sponsored it. He got a rod and reel for that. So anyway, I just wanted to, isn't that just a great idea to do that on a Sunday afternoon? They're going to do it one a month for the next 3 or 4 months, and that's basically it. But what some great experiences for those boys to get. All right, let's move on to catch up with some of our other pictures. Let me see. We'll start here. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Hunting season wrapping up. David Hawkins and Cody Cutching. This really sums up a lot right here. It's always gratifying when you're successful in the outdoors. But it's on a different level when you get to share these experiences with family and friends. All the hard work and advice around a campfire or lunch are irreplaceable. The time in the field, tracking and loading bucks, sharing stories and photo sessions or memories that bond a lifetime of friendship. Hunting and fishing is nothing without the outdoor camaraderie. Thank you for the memories. And folks, look at this memory right here. What a fine buck right there. I know that was they worked hard for that. Good job, David Hawkins. Good job there. Okay, I didn't talk much about this. Usually every year I talk about the National Wild Turkey Federation. They have this big convention up there in Nashville. They just do a great job with it. Well, last week there was a 49th annual sport, they call it now, convention and sports show. It set an all-time record. 82,193 people went to Nashville for that convention and sports show. And it's just a picture there of people just piling in. And these things are successful because outdoorsmen love going to them and sharing things. And we're going to talk about doing one around here later. Maybe not at that scale. Okay. When your favorite lure gets hung, we know how that is. It's frustrating when you lose that favorite color, and you know you maybe go buy one, but it's one special one. You just want to get it back. Y'all know what I'm talking about. This is something cool, talking about doing things with the kids. I ran across this. Auburn does such a great job with their outdoor program, the forestry and all kind of things, the fisheries. There's a coastal fisheries camp in Mobile. It's going to be a 5-day camp for rising 9th to 12th graders. I started looking at this. I want to send it to all the schools around here, especially the outdoor ed classes. The School of Fisheries, Aquaculture, and all are doing this. And it's going to be, let me see, they do all kind of things like this. They get the kids out there in the bay, around Mobile Bay. It's going to be Dolphin Island. They have a big dorm and all set up there. And it's a 5-day academic camp. The marine environment, the Dolphin Island Sea Lab. And anyway, so you check on that. It's going to be the boat they go on is actually a 65-footer, okay? All right, let's take a quick break and come back and talk about Rob Simbeck's picture he took right here. So let's take a break, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Before we jump back to the pictures, we got this little 2-minute video of Coneheads. That's a little ice cream place down on Cape San Blas. But they shoot some great video of different areas there, some great drone footage, and they put some on their site. This is a Mexico Beach renourishment project from a drone. And folks, this is fascinating. Let's see if we can get it going here. All right, here we go. This is Mexico Beach. We're heading north, but look at the filling it in. The restoration project. Okay, here's the pipe. Okay, so this is what's amazing, the technology that's being used. You can see all of the, that's some beautiful white sand. Okay, just keep going, and there's the El Governor on the right, that red roof. I believe that's the El Governor, I believe it is, but I see the tracks. And the beach renourishment, Mexico Beach. There are a lot of areas that could use this, but Mexico Beach somehow found the money to do it. There's Mexico Beach right there, and Tyndall on the north of there. So okay, so here's what's going on. I looked at this a couple of times last night. So check out. You know these are custom-made bulldozers, whatever, because they're out there in the salt water. So they're pumping right there. Okay, and I call them bulldozers. I don't know what to call them now, but they're pushing the sand up. See, they're all in one direction. See where they push the sand up, and then they're delivering it and putting it out at different places. Look at that sunset. Don't it make you want to go fishing there? Let's swing back around, 360, Cape San Blas, and here we go. Here's the site right here. That drone made a turn. And you see the technology on how they figured that out. So here's what I'm guessing. I'm thinking that truck on the left, they're taking all the hard stuff, the shells and everything, putting it in the truck, and this is pure sand coming down into here. Would you like to have a job with that bulldozer just riding around in the salt water with a bulldozer just pushing that stuff up? I didn't. This is, to me, they haven't been doing it this way in the past. This is sort of a new technique around here. It is. They may have done it in other places. But you can see there's like a little team of about 4 of these little tractors pushing things up and sort of renourishing. That's some beautiful white sand, not some of the stuff they hauled in the rock, the stump hole down at the rocks. But okay, they're pushing it up like that, and one after another. Is that amazing how to save the beach and all? Now you wonder, there's got to be saltwater resistant, all those gears and the track. It's got to be like stainless steel or something. I bet those things are very expensive, but it's just constant. It's a constant supply. And there's a big boat out there, out in the water, pulling it up and pumping it. It's got to be a strong pump to pump it that far. I don't, technology again, I've mentioned that several times, the whole thing, okay. The whole thing is just amazing to me, and I knew you would appreciate that. Hats off to Mexico Beach for doing the things they're doing, but Coneheads, like I said, started at a little ice cream place. I'll show you on Google Earth where they are, but a little ice cream place right there on the Cape, right before we get to State Park, and now they have sandwiches and all kind of cool stuff. It's sort of a staple down at Cape San Blas. The folks that own it they've had a small business, had it for a long time. The Pierre Giovanna family. Okay, move on. I was showing you Rob Simbeck, my buddy up there outside of Nashville. He likes to take pictures and all kinds of things, but this was a cool picture. I thought he sent this. He said, "This is a yellow-rumped warbler with an attitude. He's looking through his window. check that out." You wonder. It's amazing how nature can just show you different things. Okay, if you're feeling bad, take one fishing trip twice daily. Side effects, it has side effects. Happiness, fun, reduce stress, a content life. Ain't that the truth? Justin Lee, this is out on the Sunday afternoon. Justin, this is what's cool now, how a win-win or teamwork effort. He's back at it with the Mosley High School Bassmasters. Thanks to Alan Courtney and one of Winston Chester's viewers, these boys have some new reels to fish with today. If you, several of y'all over the years have called me and wanted to know where, getting not bass fishing much anymore and just have all kind of good equipment and want to know where to put it. And I always try to put it in the school systems and not just Mosley, but Bozeman needs some, and Southport Elementary trying to start a little fishing program. So when we get this stuff, I try to help you out on it and get it to people, or either y'all get it to them. But you see the result right there. Those 2 boys Sunday afternoon had some new reels they probably couldn't afford, but now they're fishing with some good quality reels. So thanks to the viewers who donated that. And Alan Courtney, he saw the big old bass he caught. Got 11.7 pound bass in the sandhills. You saw that on yesterday's show. Rodney Smith, quail. Let's jump into quail hunting. This is a great time of year to quail hunt now. February and March, the best time of the year to quail hunt to me. And there's 4 feathers right outside of Clarksville. Look at those quail. That's a nice mess of birds. 4 feathers, quail plantations. Call them up and set up a little hunt. You and a group of guys and girls. It'll be fun. Okay, I was spread out Saturday. I didn't get to go to the redfish tournament, and I don't have a lot of details on it. This is Florida Redfish Series. The Alford brothers, they fish in it, and it was the winners are right there. I don't know those guys, the kayaker, but anyway, they're going to have more pictures. Here's some of the. They had it out of Bay Point, the way in out there, and there's some of the folks that fished it, and it was a challenging day. Well, here we go. Team Battery, whatever, and then now here's a kayak. I picked up stuff on the kayak. It It was a tough one out there today, but luckily the last hour, isn't that great in a tournament? The last hour I was able to get a few good bites to give myself a decent fish, and this is Florida Redfish Series top number 2. And they look forward to the tournament. They have a kayak division. And here, okay, here's Trent, 4th place, $300, and here's the kayak results. And these are in inches now. I thought it was interesting, 53 inches. Look how close it is. And look how, and down here is a tie, number 6 and 7. Both of them measure 46 inches. Okay, so that was the kayak tournament. Okay, let's go ahead and let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a quick look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe, 8:57 to 10:57 this morning, tonight, 9:25 to 11:25. That last segment, I mentioned Coneheads, who shot that drone and everything, so I want to show you where Coneheads is. So you just take a good trip down that way and just go get an ice cream, because it started out just a great ice cream place. So here it is. Here's Google Earth, and I typed in, okay, Coneheads. So we're going to zoom into Coneheads. Boom, right here. So, okay, so let me go back. It's right here, and you see the state park. It's right before you get to state park. That's all the state park up there. So it's right before you get to state park on the right, that building right there, and it's worth the trip down there. And you can always recognize that you have the little fire station right here. Okay, y'all see where everything is. Right here is the fire station, and right here in the center, that's our place right there. So we're close to Coneheads, and some of my fun things to do in the summertime, I just get on a bicycle and ride down and get an ice cream. I have some wonderful memories of doing that. I want to mention the River Fest. We had such a great time Saturday. Gail and I went up there and had such a great time seeing everyone, and it was special. And we got the video. It'll be a couple days before we get the video put together, because it just takes a while to edit and everything. So I know, but what was cool, I saw so many of the viewers. I got to speak and I ran into so many of the viewers there. I appreciate that, and just had the best time seeing everyone. I will say this, that the first catfish weighed in was my good buddy from childhood days, Alan Shepard, who's been on the show before. He came in there, and they pulled out that big old catfish, folks. It was a 33-pounder. I don't know if they got first place for big fish, but man, there was some oohs and ahs in the crowd. And so I also want to give a shout out also to, right here, to, see, I mentioned this, and I showed this in there, and I called, they're coming to do mine tomorrow, or Thursday. They're doing the maintenance system at Gulf Coast Air Conditioning right here, this little, normally $99.69. I called Drew Pollard up and told him about it. He said, "Coach, thank you for putting on the show." He said one of the first guys to call was Terry Morris. So thank you, Terry Morris, for doing that. It just helps so much when a viewer can actually call and when we talk about something to help our sponsors, they pay money to advertise on it, and then they get business from it. Pretty simple, but it's a win-win for all of us. So thank you, Terry Morris, and go Gators. Okay. We're going to get Terry Morris on here and get him to tell you the story of playing ball for the Gators when he was starting to tackle with Steve Spurrier. All right, let's move on. I've been for years since, you remember we used to do the Florida Sportsman Show. Florida Sportsman Magazine would have an outdoor show. They had it over here in Fort Walton Beach, and of course I even went to some across the state, but it was a great one at Fort Walton Beach. I've always wanted to get one going here. And we've talked about it, Bill and Alan and I, and Greg, and everybody wants to do one, and we can't get the right people connected, because it would be a win-win just have a sportsman show with fishing and hunting, and not just a big old fancy boat show like some of these people have, which are nice, but just something for the common outdoorsman like me and you. And that's what the Florida Sportsman did, booth after booth. Well, I ran across, I was thinking about it, I ran across this, and this was not one here. This actually, I've got a lot of pictures here to show you. This is just an idea. I ran across, this is up here, this is up north, okay? But anyway, this is what they're doing. Okay, I'm gonna go across the picture real quick. They sell tickets and everything, and they have tables and businesses set up, and booth after booth after booth. And this is like in a school. You know why I know it's in a school? Look up there at the banners up in the right. It's like in a big gym. okay, or it might be a small cottage, but anyway, you can see it don't take a whole lot of space. Look at all the things you can put in there. And wouldn't it be great if we could do this here in the Florida Panhandle? I'm thinking that might be a hockey rink. What do you think? And then, of course, you have the fish. So many things you can do. And anyway, okay, so let's go. This is, let's jump into, back to Weewall, Elizabeth Murphy, well, Clay Murphy. Hunting season went out, but you can hunt these all year round. Does she look like a third grade teacher at Weewall Elementary with her parents born in Great Britain? Good job, Elizabeth Murphy. And Clay's getting good at photography. Okay. This is interesting. On March the 9th, the sun will set at 6:53 p.m. Okay, because there's time change coming up. And it won't set before 6 o'clock again until November 1st. Read that again. Is that going to be some good news? Have some good afternoons where you get some stuff done before it gets dark? Good stuff. Ned Maxwell sent this to me. I saw about fishing boat ramps. I was nodding my head when I was talking about it. Them big brim will bed to the sides. I've caught a bunch at the Booster Club double ramp. The prop wash helps clean grass out when they load and unload. And that is, see those little secrets like that, we like to it's a great, it does. It washes out and it sort of cleans it out, and then it come in the bed, and it's a great opportunity. But anyway, getting back to the Sportsman Show, we're still going to continue working on it. I know Rusty Russell mentioned helping out a group of y'all, and we just get our leaders, our government officials, sort of to help us out a little bit, and we can get this done. We'll call it anything, but just a big old outdoor show here, Florida Panhandle outdoor show, whatever. But that's one of our goals here on the show, to get this done. Always trying to do things, keep on keeping on. Thank you all for watching the show. Got to wrap it up for today. We appreciate the viewership. You do something good for someone else today. Enjoy the outdoors, take care of it, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.